this back?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the Marshall County Board of Supervisors regular session Wednesday, October 25th, 2023, here 9 a.m. in the courthouse first floor meeting room. Notice to the public, the Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time allowed for discussion. You're requested to approach the podium and use the microphone to state your name, address, and for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given the opportunity to speak. The normal process on any agenda is for the chair to read from the item from the agenda, and the board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate and a roll call vote will follow. May I have the roll call, please?
Solosik?
Yes.
Heil?
Yes.
Hibbs?
Yes.
Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First off, we have service awards. I see that both Ashley and Shannon are not here.
I can run Ashley's down to her right now if you want. No?
How fast can you run?
I used to be pretty quick.
I know Ashley's been with the county 15 years, motor vehicle supervisor in the treasurer's department. And Shannon Wildman, 10 years of service, jail supervisor, sheriff's department. Anything to share, Sheriff, on that?
This kind of the 10-year recognition is a little bit minimized for Shannon. Shannon was employed here early back in 2004. She left to take a state job with the Mitchellville Women's Correction Facility and realized that Marshall County is the place for her. So she did come back and had a break in her service, and we right now she's currently a lieutenant, and she keeps the facility running out there efficiently. So thank her for her service.
Awesome. So has it been
What-
10 full years, including before?
Correct.
No.
Just the 10 full years without a break. So
So
it's
what
actually been
was
quite a bit
before?
more. Yes.
What's her total years here?
Be 19
19.
years.
Awesome.
Huh?
So we'll have to do another ceremonial one next year.
Yeah. We'll celebrate out the office.
We don't accept, if you have a break in service, you start again at 0 here at the county. That's just been our policy, and I find it a little different. Most
For
places I've
policy
worked.
change.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's odd. but
Next meeting.
That's another one. Of
Another
why
personnel
have
policy.
we done it that way?
Why have we done it that way? Exactly.
And thanks to Shannon and also Ashley. She worked for me when I was treasurer and did a wonderful job, and appreciate all that she did as a motor vehicle supervisor, worked her way up and is doing well in the treasurer's office. So next, approve agenda. I believe we have a minor amendment that we need.
I would make a motion that we amend the agenda, the numbers in the agenda to, after 6F, to then change the numbering system to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 being adjournment. Those, I think, were misnumbered by mistake.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to amend the agenda with the correct numbering. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Solosik?
Yes.
Heil?
Yes.
Hibbs?
Yes.
Is that the amended agenda approved, or was that just an amendment first?
That's the amended agenda approved.
Okay, all right. Moving on to our consent agenda. 6A, approve regular minutes, October 11th, 2023. 6B, approve claims as audited. And authorize the auditor and recorder to issue payment of the same, listing the claims paid at this meeting, and all claims paid in the current month will be published as part of the first meeting of the following month. 6C, file manure management plans, Triple E Farm, 58021, 1722, 200th Street, State Center, no changes. Applicate GL ID 59073 at 2845 Garon Road, Marshalltown, no changes. And Burt Farm, home site ID 60557, 2747 170th Street, Marshalltown, no changes. The acceptance of the fiscal year 2023 official report of County Highway Engineer. And personnel changes. Approved new hire, conservation technician Benjamin Steinberg, full-time, 40 hours per week at $24 per hour, starting on or after October 29th, 2023. Approved new hire, secondary roads mechanic 1, Randy Kunze, full-time, 40 hours per week at $29.66 per hour, starting on or after October 26, 2023. Approved new hire, assistant county attorney Seth Strahan, full-time, 40 hours per week, 73,500 salaried position, starting on or after November 13th, 2023. And that is the end of the consent agenda.
I would make a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Solosik,
Yes.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Heil.
Yes. All right, on to number 7. Veterans Affairs use of courthouse patio east of front entrance. This would be for food box distribution on Thursday, November 9th, 2023. Kevin, do you have some information to share for us today?
Yes, I do. Kevin Husbo, Veterans Affairs. On November the 9th, this will be the 3rd time we've done this. I do it as a thank you for your service for the veterans. The last 2 I've done out at Workforce Center. This time I want to use the courthouse to showcase how beautiful it is. And we have a lot of veterans coming from a lot of counties, and they love seeing the courthouse, and they love seeing all the military banners in town and how Marshall County has become so veteran friendly. So on Thursday the 9th, we were at Falls School, and Paul Pate, the Secretary of State, was there, and I went and asked him to come and be a part of this, to shake some hands, hand out some food items and some swag. So he agreed. We had a confirmation Tuesday that he will be here on the 9th to do that. So we have 150 pork loins donated from Prestige over in Ames. Corporate Hy-Vee has donated 150 veterans-themed sweatshirts, hoodies that they're going to be giving out from large to XXX. And I was just wanting to showcase the courthouse, and I spoke with Jared, I've spoke with Lucas and Steve a little bit about this, to utilize the front east side of the courthouse to do that. So we could have a venue there and utilize the facility we have here. And a thank you to Lucas and how the county's come forward and made this courthouse an operating facility again, and how beautiful it is.
Excellent.
So that's the goal we're after.
And time frame is?
It's supposed to kick off at 10, as we all know, veterans are early. So they're gonna be showing up about 9:30. Secretary of State Pate, I told him to get here about 9:15.
How many do you expect?
150 is what I'm targeting.
Okay.
The last 2 times I done out Workforce, I done 150, and then last year at Veterans Day, we done 200. And we've usually done the food boxes from Food Bank of Iowa, but I was gonna change it up this year a little bit. And I'm still working on some other product to throw with it, but to be added. And I have all the bags and everything I need over there. I've already spoke with Lucas. Weather pending, it's beautiful out there. He's gonna get a couple tables for us out front so we can have that and load up all the bags with the food. And the gentleman from Corporate Hy-Vee is Aaron Ward. He will be here also. And the commandant from the Veterans Home, if his schedule's clear, he will also be up here.
And if weather is a problem, we could utilize
We
either
talked about-
rotunda, or we can even use this space for storing of stuff, and we'll have no problems making it work.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your work on that, Kevin. Any other questions, thoughts on this, guys? Excellent. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the use of the courthouse patio on the east of the front entrance for Veterans Affairs on Thursday, November 9th, for the distribution of food boxes to veterans.
I'll second.
All right, we have the motion and the second. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Solosik,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Hibbs.
Yes.
Number 8, Resolution 2023-44, approving appointment of Seth Strahan to the position of Assistant County Attorney in the Office of the County Attorney of Marshall County. The Board of Supervisors will approve the appointment of Seth Strahan to the position of Assistant County Attorney effective November 13th, 2023, and this resolution shall be in effect after approval and signature of the Board Chairman as required by law, dated on this day, the 25th of October 2023. Jordan, is there anything you need to share on this, or?
Thank you. Jordan Gaffney, County Attorney. Seth is coming to us from private practice, and he wanted some time to close out all of his stuff, which is why we selected November 13th for his start date, a ways out. The hiring is within budget. This is the VAWA misdemeanor prosecutor position, and it takes the right kind of person with the right kind of mindset and the right kind of heart to do it. I think he's got the stuff, and he has some prior prosecution experience as an intern in Polk County. I think he's going to be a great fit in this office and in Marshall County too. Yeah. Any questions for me?
Does that mean you're fully staffed now?
This is it. We'll be fully staffed.
Very good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, all the offices will be filled, so that's fantastic.
Where's private practice at?
Down in the Des Moines Metro.
Okay.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion then to adopt Resolution 2023-44, approving appointment of Seth Strahan to the position of Assistant County Attorney in the Office of the County Attorney.
I'll second that.
All right, we have the motion and the second. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Solosik,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Gibbs.
Yes.
All right, on to number 9, Marshall County Sheriff's Office and Jail Complex Design Upgrades. This would be to approve OPN to complete design of upgrades to the Marshall County Sheriff's Office and Jail Complex and authorize chair to sign. Acceptance of the proposal lump sum fee for project total is $847,983. This proposal come from Lucas or the sheriff. Do you want to discuss on this item?
Yeah, but I can speak to it. So this is a proposal, we had a meeting, a month and a half ago or so, at the sheriff's office about this, and we decided at that point that we should, pursue moving forward with them designing the rest of the project, and this is their proposal to basically get us through the finish line there.
So this is the final design?
Yeah, this would be final design, construction management, closeout, contract negotiations, all of that.
Would this get us to the bid step?
This would get us to the bid, through the project, to the end.
Well, the design would, but.
Yes.
But
This proposal gets us to the
to
end.
then you're
Yes.
prepared to put things out to bid?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Would it make more sense to have this completed after we have a bond vote?
Maybe. I mean, I guess that's the decision to make here. We have options. We don't have to take this. We could say, hey, we want to, give me a proposal to get to this point. But I guess my thought on this is if we said, all right, let's contract your services through this, and we don't go that far, it basically, we're not under contract to complete it. This is their proposal to get us to that point. So
And just as a
however
reminder,
far we go with
yeah,
it,
we're using
covered.
ARPA dollars for a portion of it, so we'll have some things to spend as well. So it makes us a little unique just because of the funding coming from multiple spots.
Yeah, there's about a little over $2.3 million in the ARPA funds that are set aside for the sheriff's office project. If we paid all of this, it would leave us a balance of about $1.5 million. And then we have to less out control board. So if we less out control board stuff, we're somewhere around $1.2 million left for the balance for what we have, applied to that today.
it our intention to pay all this right now then?
No.
Write a check?
No, they bill us incrementally, so as the work happens, we get, basically monthly bills on it.
So I just want to make sure I understand where we end up once this part is completed. We end up with construction documents ready to bid to contractors. Is that correct?
This gets us through construction, closeout, everything
With this
with this
particular,
proposal, yes,
with this group.
yes,
And that even means, even if it takes a couple of years for a bond issue to pass?
yeah.
They would still, this is binding yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some language in here about how they expect the construction to take so many months. But if there's a gap between, construction documents and construction starting, there isn't work happening at that point. So it's basically, we're not getting billed for any of that. We don't get billed if this thing sits on their back desk for a year.
Okay. Now, back to the ARPA side of this, then. Is it in our best interest to maybe get this money spent out?
ARPA needs to be committed by the end of '24.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Spent.
was, the direction at our last meeting that we had at the sheriff's office was move forward with this to spend the ARPA dollars. So that's where this came from.
Okay.
So I have looked at the analysis part, but the language you're using makes me think that we're agreeing to a contract. I haven't seen a contract.
There's no contract here. This
Okay.
is their proposal on how much money we would need to pay them to get us to the end of the project. Contract comes after this.
Okay.
I think my pause on this is that we're authorizing payment of $847,000 on a project that we don't have the funding secured for.
I see where you're coming from. I agree.
So if you look at the back page of this, there's two columns. There's a design development and construction documents column, and then there's a BN plus CA. That's basically construction management side of it. So they broke it down into on the OPM proposal sheet. Yeah, they broke it down into two categories. So I would say that we have an option to take portions of that. Like if we wanted to just take, okay, get us to construction documents. That's an option, I would think.
I guess my question is, what more needs to be done? What more in the process do we need OPN to do before we take this to the public vote?
I would think that
have-
we need to be at the point with construction documents. That would, so if we did construction documents and then the cost estimation is built into that, that'd be the $521,199. That would be my best bet, is we need to be there. We're already agreed with them. We have already paid them $156,000 out of a just under $163,000 agreement so far to get us to where we're at.
And that's with our initial proposal, that's,
Yep.
yes.
Yep, there's like 8% left on that. I don't know what 8% is, but. And we can, I can go back to OPM and say, hey,
No,
can
I
we
mean,
compartmentalize
I'm
this,
just,
or?
I'm just trying to understand the timeline here and what this commits us to over the timeline. So it says OPN will meet a mutually agreed upon schedule for this project. We anticipate the construction documents will take approximately 18 weeks to prepare, estimate, and finalize for an owner review, and estimate approximately a 2-year CA phase to follow.
Construction administration, yeah.
Yes.
signing this agreement doesn't put us in contract with them. So after this, we would have a contract proposal from them to where we could build in language to say, hey, if we have a pause or if we have a bond referendum that fails or whatever, there needs to be some sort of notification for, pause or stoppage of progress, whatever that looks like. We could build that into that stage of it if we have concerns there.
Could this work to our advantage by doing something now as opposed to a year or year and a half from now? I'm sure the price would be higher.
Well, our other issue is getting those ARPA funds spent.
Right, yes.
We don't have to have an answer on this. It's just, we got the proposal, so it's on the agenda. If we want to table it for a couple of weeks, we can. I don't think there's any problem there. I don't think we're pressed for anything.
Yeah, I'd like to wait on it just because I want to maximize our dollars on this and make sure that I want to see the timeline of all these pieces to make sure that the reality is to secure funding to complete the project it's gonna have to take a vote to the people.
Yep.
And we don't know what that result is, so I don't want to spend money that we don't necessarily have to if it does not pass, that could be utilized better in the current year or for whatever else is going on. If we have to shift plans, that's kind of what I'm thinking is if we're going to spend ARPA dollars just to spend ARPA dollars on this, but we spend more than what the project's not going to even start until much later, I think maybe we could utilize ARPA dollars in a different way than just spending it because we have it, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
I would
The
like.
vote, we wouldn't be able to go to vote till next November, just so you all know that too.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I would like to have just Jordan review this as well, just to understand what exactly, by signing this, are we committed to in the timeline. And where I am trying to discern what's the best course of action here is, I know that we will need the construction documents to go to the next phase. But I do agree with Jarrett that the construction administration part of that seems like it might have to be a little flexible or fluid
Yeah.
because of the nature of the funding for this.
Absolutely.
So I would like to make sure that the wording here is correct for what we need to get to the point where we're taking something to the people.
For sure. So I think tabling it's a good idea. If you guys want to get me a list of questions, or we can coordinate on that and ask the questions. I'll get this to Jordan, he can review, and then we can get all our answers to where we're all comfortable. Sounds good?
Does that sound good, Steve?
Thank you.
Do we need a motion to table this? I would then make a motion that we table the jail complex project. Proposal for, do we need a time frame on this? Do we want to leave it open?
We'll put it on next one, and if you guys aren't ready, we can just,
Continue.
Very good.
yeah. We being Sherry.
Thank you. We have a motion to table this agenda item.
Second?
Did you second already?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Solosik,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Hibbs.
Yes.
All right, number 10, approve transfer of funds, transfer 944, quarterly transfer of $700,000 from Rural Services Fund to Secondary Road Fund. I'll entertain motions on this transfer.
I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of funds, transfer number 944, a quarterly transfer of $700,000 from Rural Services Fund to the Secondary Road Fund.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Solosik,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Hibbs.
Yes.
On to number 11, public forum. Time set aside to make comments of topics of county business other than those on the agenda. No action will be taken on these topics brought up in public forum.
I do have one item. I've been contacted by the Ferguson Fire Department and the Ferguson Mayor for some funding issues with their township. And we had a similar issue in another jurisdiction that Jarrett went with me, and we set up a meeting, and I just wanted to kind of let you know that's out there, and I'll be bothering Jarrett to do that little exercise since he reviewed all that code last time and is up to speed on fire departments and townships. So I think the Ferguson Fire Department was a little inactive at one point, but they've now got people trained, and they've went through training, so they have 2 active folks. We have others that may be joining that's sitting up at this table.
That's right.
And so we just kind of have to get everybody talking again.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Other public forum today? Anyone on Zoom? All right. On to adjournment. The next regular session is Wednesday, November 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Courthouse, first floor meeting room, 1 East Main Street. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the County Auditor and Recorder's office or the Board of Supervisors office by Wednesday, November 1st, 2023 at noon. There being no further business to come before the board, the meeting is adjourned at 9:27 a.m. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the day.